Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. World Bank urges balanced fiscal reforms for Sri Lanka. Cabinet approves publication of 2026 Government Spending Bill. News in detail. A new World Bank review states Sri Lanka has achieved remarkable economic stabilization but now needs to move toward a more balanced fiscal approach. The report recommends growth-friendly reforms to ensure public finances work better for all citizens. The World Bank's Sri Lanka Public Finance Review acknowledges the country's successful fiscal adjustment equal to nearly 8% of GDP over 3 years, which ranks among the sharpest globally. However, the report emphasizes that Sri Lanka can now transition toward a more balanced fiscal policy that supports both growth and equity. The review suggests raising revenues by up to 2% of GDP by 2029 through fairer taxation systems, including a shift toward direct taxes such as minimum corporate income tax and digitized tax administration. It also recommends smarter spending within existing budgets by improving public sector wage management, reprioritizing capital investments to close infrastructure gaps, and enhancing social protection through better targeted assistance. World Bank Division Director David Sisland stated that Sri Lanka should focus on getting better results from every rupee collected and spent, ensuring public spending is both efficient and fair, particularly for the most vulnerable populations. The comprehensive review, prepared in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, provides a roadmap for long-term fiscal resilience through strengthened planning, budgeting links, and measurable performance outcomes. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the publication of the Appropriation Bill for 2026, marking the first comprehensive budget by the new government formed by the National People's Power. The bill has been cleared by the Attorney General and will be gazetted for parliamentary submission when the legislature reconvenes. The Appropriation Bill outlines the allocation of funds for each ministry and will be tabled in Parliament once the legislative session resumes. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa confirmed the bill's clearance, noting that approval to draft the legislation was initially granted on July 1, 2025. The proposal to publish the bill was made by the President in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. Following the first reading, the Finance Minister will present the formal budget in detail during the second reading, outlining plans to address any budget deficit. Parliament will then allocate over 3 weeks for debates on each ministry's allocations, during which lawmakers from both government and opposition will have the opportunity to propose amendments to the budget proposals. This process represents a crucial step in the new administration's economic planning and fiscal management strategy. Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath has stated that Sri Lanka is prepared to establish a domestic mechanism to address human rights violations with technical support from the Human Rights Council. The announcement came during a meeting with UN Human Rights Commissioner Volker Turk in Geneva. During the 60th session of the Human Rights Council, Minister Herath detailed Sri Lanka's position on the Commissioner's report, emphasizing the new government's commitment to human rights protection. He explained that Sri Lanka has entered a new phase under the current administration with a fresh approach to safeguarding human rights. The minister affirmed that the government will not miss this opportunity to conduct independent investigations into past human rights violations and establish proper accountability mechanisms. UN Commissioner Volker Turk expressed his expectations that Sri Lanka would utilize this movement to implement transformative reforms, ensuring independent probes and the establishment of robust accountability processes. The meeting included extensive discussions on the report presented by Commissioner Turk, with Minister Herath comprehensively clarifying Sri Lanka's stance on the matter. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka Tourism has launched a unique Whispers of Ceylon wedding experience specifically targeting Poland's growing tourism market. The initiative aims to position the island as a premier destination for high-end European weddings through indigenous cultural experiences. The Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau has partnered with the Barnhouse Sri Lanka to create a novel wedding and engagement offering that blends indigenous Veda community customs with luxury eco-conscious hospitality. This strategic move comes as Polish tourist arrivals have shown remarkable growth, with 32,442 visitors already recorded by August 27th, putting Poland among Sri Lanka's top 15 source markets. The Whispers of Ceylon experience immerses couples in sacred rituals and time-honored traditions set against lush backdrops at sustainable venues like Sherwood by the Barn. The initiative represents Sri Lanka's focused effort to develop niche tourism markets, particularly targeting middle to upper-income Polish travelers seeking culturally immersive experiences. The Tourism Bureau has implemented targeted promotional activities in Poland since 2021, including celebrity collaborations, media partnerships with outlets like Vogue magazine, and sponsorships of major travel events to enhance Sri Lanka's visibility in this emerging market. The 30-member delegation of Sri Lankan government media officials has completed a 2-week specialized training program in India, enhancing bilateral cooperation in media and communication. The program was part of India's initiative to offer 700 customized training slots annually for Sri Lankan professionals. The delegation included officials from the Prime Minister's Media Division, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Department of Government Information, including district media representatives. Hosted by premier Indian institutions including the Sushma Swaraj Institute of Foreign Service, Indian Institute of Mass Communication and Press Information Bureau, the program featured interactive sessions on public diplomacy, press relations, digital media practices and media management. The training was organized pursuant to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement during his April 2025 visit to Sri Lanka. As part of the experiential learning, the delegation visited the Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Odisha State Disaster Management Authority and Kalinga Stadium, while also meeting with Odisha's Chief Minister to discuss strengthening bilateral cooperation in media and public communication. Beyond professional training, the program provided exposure to India's economic growth, digital public infrastructure, technological advancements including artificial intelligence and vibrant tourism sector, while also offering cultural exchange opportunities. The Infotel 2025 ICT exhibition is set to take place from November 7th to 9th at the BMICH with the theme Fueling the Digital Economy. Digital Economy Deputy Minister Engineer Ranga Weeraratne announced the event as a key driver toward achieving Sri Lanka's target of a $15 billion digital economy. Organized by the Federation of Information Technology Industry Sri Lanka, Infotel 2025 expects over 300 exhibitors and 20,000 to 25,000 visitors, featuring live demonstrations of emerging technologies including artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, fintech, and smart city applications. The 3-day event will include dedicated zones for startups, youth, and education, with one day specifically focused on an education conference for children and teachers. The exhibition supports the government's broader digital transformation strategy, including the declaration of September as Digital Month and the ongoing 100 Days of Digital program aimed at accelerating Sri Lanka's entry into the digital era. The ministry is focusing on promoting financial technology through a landmark summit, enhancing digital payment infrastructure and initiatives to foster the startup ecosystem with a target of 95% financial inclusion by 2030.
ICT is no longer an option in Sri Lanka, like it's kind of backbone. We are talking about a digital economy of 15 billion US dollars and also digital export economy of $5 billion by 2030. So ICT industry for the government digitalizations to bringing all these economical activities is very important and essential to have exhibitions like Infotel.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The All Share Price Index dropped by 127.51 points to close at 20,641.83. The S&P SL20 dropped by 43.55 points to close at 5,886.16. The turnover was over 6.5 billion rupees and over 267 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.